guys? Okay, is this good? Are we good? Are we going? All right. How in the world are you guys? Okay, I have so many things to show you guys today. I have a little DIY trick, like a little art thing that I'm going to show you guys, how I dressed up some $20 art with a product that will change your life, and you will be using this mess like all over your house to like make everything look like gold and pretty. Okay, if you want like that vibe. I have so many great finds, so many new things that I want to show you guys around the house, like decor wise. I feel after the holidays, obviously, okay, you know, you go through that where you take everything down and then it's just like, okay, like what am I left with? And it looks bare and it's beautiful and kind of like refreshing feeling for a while, but then you start craving maybe like some different stuff, because for me, like I like having that space to then refresh something or do something different. And there are a few areas of my house that I feel are very like formulaic, where I have something there that's never moved, right? But for me, I just constantly like to change things around. It's the same as my Christmas decor. It's never gonna look the same, or you know, the little village isn't going in the same spot every year, or the ornaments aren't going up every year. I'm not buying anything new. It's just all looking different. And I think that's such a good way to think about, you know, your home, your surroundings, going into the new year. And you know, 15 years ago, you know, when I would show things about my house, like people would always really comment on my home decor, and that was before, you know, a lot of these, I mean, certainly before any like accounts existed, or you know, we were just kind of like any home accounts existed and stuff. It was just I've always felt the value in how your surroundings make you feel. It's not about looking showy. It's not about everything has to be perfect. It's not about that. It's about putting something that feels good in your home, the way that now we're valuing self-care and this and that and the other. It's just a word for something else that we've always been doing. You know what I'm saying? Or even just doing your makeup every day, looking in the mirror and seeing. That's the value of that. Not to look different or to feel that you have to, but to do it for yourself. And I feel like that's what's always kind of been missing, I think, from a lot of like decor talk and home talk, is that you should want to be surrounded by something that makes you feel good. I've never once regretted lighter furniture. I've never, you know, it's fine. It's always worked out. You know, you have to just do what you want to do. So today I kind of had two different ideas. I wanted to either show you all these kind of new, refreshing little things around the house, some really great new pieces, affordable, okay? Some of the best affordable, I'm looking at something now I've got to bring over here. Some of the best affordable things that I have found that will really kind of jazz up your house and make your surroundings feel kind of elevated and fresh and new for not much money. And just some tips on how I've styled some things. And so anyway, so I had that idea. I gave you guys a little poll on Instagram last night, and it was honestly pretty even toward the end, but this one won out by a little, the home video. Or, you know, I wanted to do like a full face makeup tutorial with all of my favorites, because I didn't do an end of the year favorites. And the last makeup tutorial I did a few weeks ago, I didn't really like. I mean, it was just me talking and just doing like tinted moisturizer and like a bare face. Not a bare face, but pretty like minimal. And I liked it, but and that's, you know, makeup that I do all the time, but whenever I'm talking or just doing like a get ready with me while I talk about something else, and I'm not focusing on the makeup and I'm not really talking about the makeup, I just feel like it's kind of, I don't know, like maybe it doesn't look as good, or it just never turns out quite the way that I want it to. So I want us to have a deep dive makeup video. I am going to be 40 this year. I know I say that a lot, but listen, I do say that because if I don't and I start talking about under eye wrinkles and how to address aging and stuff, then people will say, why? What are you doing it for? You know what I mean? So it's, okay, you know, but you feel me. And even in your 20s, I think this is the way we should be doing concealer. I think we're kind of entering a new like makeup realm. Kind of like we don't do our makeup the way we did in the 80s. But in the 80s, nothing better than that blue eyeshadow and the frost and everything. And it was just like, yes, nothing better. The thin, no eyebrows. Now we look at it and we're like, what? And I think, you know, we can't take things that we even did 5-10 years ago as like gospel. You know what I mean? There's always better ways. And I feel like I found some really good ways to do things. And so that's going to be coming up. So if you voted for that and you wanted to see that, that will come up soon. Okay, I don't know what my hair is doing today. I don't know if I should cut these again to make them shorter. I feel like I'm looking a little, what is it, Cindy Lou Who? Because I ideally like them a little shorter when I, but then it's, but then they don't go up in a ponytail. Okay, whatever, who cares? Y'all don't care about that. Y'all, let's get into it. This time of year, January, here's a little tip, is the time when you want to buy home stuff, because places like Target, Walmart, CB2, like Pottery Barn, anywhere where you like to shop out, they have new, anywhere, our house, they have their new collections come out, okay? So CB2 has a lot of really good things that are new. I love little accents around my home from there. I've gotten big furniture pieces from them. I like to invest in big pieces, like over the years, you know, kind of swapping out some less, you know, or lesser quality things that we had, you know, 20 years ago with like a new bed or a new chair or whatever, you know, just gradually sort of swapping those things out. But the tchotchkes, the little things, like, I just feel like those are the things that you're going to be maybe changing more often. So maybe don't splurge on those. If it's something really special, you know, like a beautiful marble vase or a beautiful brass tray or a mirror, I don't know, whatever. Invest maybe in some things, but you don't have to. You can find such great things, and I'm not kidding you guys, amazing like art pieces. Let's just get into it, okay? I have found some art recently that I've really, really loved. So let me grab this one over here. I'm going to take you guys around and kind of show you some things too, so you can kind of see how I had that set up. You know, I think that propping up art is so beautiful, and I believe these sketches over here, which I've had for years, they still have the brown one for sure, but those were no more than $20. You know what I'm saying? I love original art. I love Laurel Dawn. She has a beautiful, it's Laurel Dawn Corner Studio. Follow her on Instagram. I have so many of her original pieces. This is an original piece by her around my house. She has prints, but beautiful, okay? Invest in, as you kind of go, don't fill your whole home up like all at once with it, but collect nice pieces of original art over the years, from here, from there, or from someone that speaks to you, you know? And maybe collect a few pieces here and there, like this bad boy. Now, I showed this on my Instagram. This isn't the main thing, because I've got a bunch of new things, but this was like 23 bucks. It's beautiful. I think it says like Portugal. It's just a beautiful, like, looks like a snapshot. I love how it's not, like it's kind of off-centered, you know, it's a little further up. It's a real piece of tape. It's not just like printed on there. It's kind of written in pencil, although it's probably printed, but that really looks like a real pencil writing. Very inexpensive, very beautiful, really matches the vibe and kind of goes with this whole room. I really love that. Oh, you may have noticed that candle. Quickly, before we get into the rest of the art and my little like DIY trick, that candle, I love a brown glass clear candle. Pauline Rothschild candles, she had them years ago. They were my favorite. I still have like a tiny bit of like ones that I refuse to burn from her old collection because I just love them so much. I'm like, just use them, but you know. But I'm so happy that she came out with new ones, but nothing more beautiful, I think, than like a brown candle. Brown's kind of having a moment. I don't say having a moment because it is such a classic color. Just from even these pillows. I've had these out for several months now during the fall, and then I thought, oh, I'll take them away at Christmas. They looked beautiful with my Christmas stuff because the stockings that we've used lately have been this color. It's the same exact print or fabric and color, but just something about this color is beautiful. I think like a rich wood, kind of like the color of my floors, kind of like the color of this deep brown. It's homey and it's comforting, and it's playing well off of what people have kind of gone to, this like minimal aesthetic, and people were very whitewashing floors, using very light wood. I know someone that's been building a home for 3 years, and they chose that really light wood, and now that it's done, they're like, oh my god, they're already out of style. I don't want to say out of style, but if you care about like, which it's fine, it's all gonna be fine, okay? But you can't think what's happening now is the end-all be-all, okay? There's things that I'm doing, that we're all doing, it's gonna be out of style tomorrow, okay? It's not about that, but I do like to feel that I'm choosing more classic pieces that aren't so crazy trendy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, little things you can switch around here or there, but where floors are concerned, I didn't choose these floors here. I would, if I were building a new house or redoing them, I would do these same floors again, same color, same stain. I think it's Jacobian is the stain. But even if you look at like, you know, really high-end designers, you look at like Kelly Wearstler, or like I really love Melanie Turner and like Suzanne Kassler and those people, they're from like Atlanta. So I kind of like, and I've like met both of them like at book signings and stuff, not Kelly Wearstler, but I will say, if you ever look at their homes or like their work, if they're working with like, you know, those iconic homes like in Atlanta or all over or wherever, it's always this color floor. And it's not that they've newly said, it's just, it always works. You know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, nothing better than a black floor. That's what you had to have. Now I'd be like, what? Like, if you have that, that's fine. But it's just, that was trendy. Years ago, it was the really like honeyed wood. Well, now you look at that and you're like, what? And then my grandma's floors that she had in her home, I think like her original pine floors, they were that, but they were light. They were like what people are putting in their homes now, or, you know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, thinking that's really, and at the time, like in the 80s, 90s, you know, when we were at her house, it was like, wow, this is really out, because that was done in the 50s. Well, now that's in now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think this color, it comes and goes, you know, with the trends, like where, I don't think this color comes and goes. I'm just giving you, I know this is a whole thing. I'm just saying, I think the thing with floors is that maybe by contrast of what's in style with the black floors, well then you'd look at mine and be like, or when the floors were really light, you know, you'd look at this and like, I just think it's a safe bet. And I think it's looking homey, it's looking warm. My point is, brown is having a moment, and this color, like a walnutty brown, like, can you guys, I'm talking about this, you can't even see my flipping floors. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like that is just kind of, when you look through there, they look much darker, but sometimes they look light. It's just, I just think that's kind of the hominess. It's just kind of a homey vibe, and I think that's why we're kind of leaning more into these like brown tones. But these candles are beautiful. And then next to the candle, I have like a little dish with like a little brass candle lighter, a little cloche with some matches, which every brand is kind of doing that, or maybe it's just that brand that they're selling. I've had that one for a couple of years. But these candles by Colleen, the one that I have lit now is the Rituals one, which is very like fresh green tea, maybe kind of my favorite. The Harmony is the scent of the, if you're familiar with like her hair care collection, which is kind of like just sweet, like sensual, kind of powdery. Love that. Oh, can you, okay. I'm sensing a theme here. But I'm just saying like homey, you know? We don't need like brown paneled walls and all this, which nothing wrong with that. That's probably gonna come back in a second. But I think there's a value in not just whitewashing everything, and you look and you say, oh, your stuff is very white, but you mix all this stuff in and it looks good. That's the whole vibe. I'll talk about these pillows in a second too, but this one is great too. It's the Nomad, and this smells just like her skincare, like the cleansing balm. Very, very beautiful. These are beautiful, beautiful candles. I just think these like elevate your space. Just they're nice quality candles, but they look really good. Y'all, I even have like some laundry stuff to show you. We'll get there. I'll do my outfit of the day in a second. Yeah, I guess let me just do it in a second. Let me get through these art things, and then I'm gonna take you around and show you like a few more things. I've got some like laundry things to show you. I found another really beautiful pair of shoes. Oh, goes with the theme. It's not really a theme, you guys. It's just, I don't really think it's gonna be like a trend like, oh, lilac or oh, peach. It's just brown is such a good neutral that I do think if it is having a moment and it's kind of trendy, it would be great to invest in things this color, just because they'll always work in some regard. Let me get through this art stuff quickly. Another piece that's really pretty, I put this one in my kitchen above my hood. I really don't like, and no judgment, because I've got like my copper pots hanging over my stove, but you can wash this, whatever. But when people put like art right above their stove, I'm like, tell me you don't cook without telling me you don't cook. And no shame, because the dream. I don't want to be, okay. But I think if you've got a hood or a wall above that you can really put it up higher, this is a really beautiful one. It's not so descript, you know, it's not like, wow, I have to look at a picture of a beach every day, or, you know, it's just beautiful, kind of foresty, really pretty with like the coppery and the brass and the things that I've got in there. And this, I believe, was around $23. This is what I'm saying. Invest in some pieces that are original art, but you can't have every piece in your house be that. And I think there's good inexpensive art and there's very bad inexpensive art. I filmed a little how-to, which hopefully I'll insert here, with this, demoing how I used this product to transform this frame and make this art that was, I think, between 20 and 30 bucks look much more expensive than it is. Now, this is nice, okay? It's a print, but it's kind of float, you know, a little float mounted, so it's really pretty. There's 2 of them, so you buy them separately. This one looks like this one looks like that. I'm thinking of putting these like in a hallway, you know, kind of like that, you know, whatever. But let me show you what I did. Okay, so the frame that these came with was honestly atrocious. And I hate to say that, and it's not me going back to the wood, the light versus, I have light wood things, but it's that wood that I feel they are doing on floors that just, it looks cheap. And I think we were brainwashed into thinking it's cool because it's like trendy or whatever. But building trends, like what's in with floors, what's in with kitchens is, I think, so dangerous because I've had to reverse so many bad trends in this home, which is like, you know, older. And when we moved in, it looked like the Cheesecake Factory. It was brown and gold sponge paint, you know, and changing and I had a fruit tiled backsplash, and, you know, thank God the floors weren't like red or something. But those big items, like the color of floors, when that becomes trendy, you gotta say no. Like if you love the color, you have, then do it, whatever it is, even if it is a trend. But you have to think, do I love it because it's a trend? Or do I love it because I love it? Whatever, do what you love. But this had the craziest frame. I mean, I won't say crazy, but I bought it and thought, oh, this is beautiful. And then I brought it home, I thought, God, that is a cheap looking frame. So what I did is I got this product, which I've used before in the past on like a metal object. It's called Rub and Buff, and it comes in so many different colors. I'll put the exact gold because this gold is perfect. It comes in like 10 different golds or something crazy. This stuff, I didn't have to take this off. I mean, although it probably would have come in handy if I did that. I didn't really get on the inside because the frame color was pretty similar. But again, it was just that cheap, light, plasticky looking wood, but it is wood. I wanted it to be gold, and I feel like this really kind of elevated it. So I put a tiny little bit on a paper towel, or you could use a rag or something, and it's kind of serious stuff, okay? If it gets on your counter or if it gets on anything, you have to use like mineral spirits to get it off. It smells like spray paint. It is kind of serious stuff, okay? So be careful with it. But you use the tiniest bit and you just wipe and you rub and you buff. And it instantly dries. It's the craziest stuff I've ever used in my life, but I filmed a little like how-to. It's beautiful. I might put the full one up on my stories, but I'll insert it here so you guys can see. But wow, I just feel like it elevated the whole thing, and this stuff is super cheap, okay? So go around your house and be like, do I have cheap art that has a terrible frame? Do I have a weird little dish that's the wrong color and I would like it to be gold? Rub and buff, okay? I would definitely pick this up and just go to town and have some fun. This, I did not rub and buff. I bought this color. This is so cool. This looks like something that I would find like on Cherish. Have you guys ever, oh my gosh, have you guys ever gone on the Cherish rabbit hole? So I got that. I got these like drink, like the swizzle, they call like swizzle sticks. I hate that word, but jeweled, like pretty old ones, like things that you can find that are like one of a kind, like you'd find maybe at like an antique store. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like thrifting. This looks like an item. Oh, ice buckets. I collect like vintage ice buckets. Let me show you. Have I ever showed you guys? This is weird. This is something I don't think I've ever showed you. But I have a couple of these. This one I found maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And I think I got this on Cherish. Isn't this beautiful? I actually use this. I'll bring like my ice roller upstairs, or if we need ice upstairs, you know, I'll actually use it. It's really pretty. And it's, I don't know, some really nice ice bucket, but I got it from Cherish. So, I don't know, you can find really cool things. But, okay, my point is, this looks like something from like the 70s, or I don't know. And it was like 20-something bucks. I'll link to it. But it's one of those things that I am like, gosh, I really want to, but because I'm finding other places in my house that I want to use it. I put it on this table that's upstairs in our hallway, and then I'm like, gosh, I want it everywhere else now, you know, like, oh, it'd look good there. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, no, that's too much. Just get one and enjoy it. Speaking of one and done, okay, these lamps. If I ever find a lamp, it's really hard for me just to get one, because a lot of times, you know, you might put them on each side of a console or each side of a bed. You know, I am like I'm a serial lamp swapper. And I've done this, oh my gosh, since like our first garage apartment. Like, I'd swap our lamps back and forth, mismatch lamps, match lamps. I feel like I just change up the whole vibe by just changing my lamps all around. So even though I knew that I wanted this particular lamp when I found it, which is a great price for what it is, I first bought it just one because I knew I wanted it in this upstairs hallway table. But then I ended up going back and getting another one, and now it's in our bedroom. And I'll show you kind of some details about this lamp. This is beautiful. Okay, you've probably seen this all over. Like, I feel like it's pretty common, but with trends and stuff too, if you've got like lamp bases that are just regular and beautiful, you can buy those lamp shades that are shaped like that, you know, to kind of dress up your lamps that might have a barrel shade. But okay, anyways, fabric wrapped, you know, cord. It's got like beautiful pulls, very weighty, very heavy, beautiful, beautiful lamp. And I have, you can see I had it in that table, and I have it in my bedroom too, on a little table in there. But, you know, I have spent a lot on lamps over the years, and lamps are insane, okay? And I get it. I mean, but you know the difference between a cheap lamp, a quote, cheap lamp, and a really nice one. And there are lamps that are astronomically expensive. And I have, you know, like my Kelly Wearstler ones, or those like little ones that I've gotten over the years that are almost like art themselves. I get, but especially if you're gonna buy like 2 of them, I'm like, ugh. This is a great lamp. Okay, I have wanted to put these all over. Like, I'm so tempted to like put these in my dining room, but I like these that are in here. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things that you're just, that looks good everywhere, kind of like the tray. And oh, about this lamp too. This one has been in my basement for so many years now. I was shocked. Someone asked me about a link for this because they saw it in the background of a story the other day, and I had not had it upstairs in a long time. So she noticed it, and I'm thinking, that thing's long gone. I looked and they still have it. It's a lot more expensive than it was when I bought mine. You know, I've probably had mine 4 years, like maybe even longer than that. But this lamp reminds me of that lamp that I just showed from Target. Like, I think it's a copycat. Like, I feel like the lamp from Target kind of copycatted this one that maybe has been popular for a lot of years. You know, where it's from, I don't know. It's just funny, but this is a very well-made lamp. It is beautiful. I miss it in our basement because we've got those really dark walls down there, and it really was a beautiful contrast. There were times when like I never even turned that lamp off. Like, it has an LED bulb in it, 2 LED bulbs, and it would just stay, you know, on in our basement all the time, so it wouldn't be dark down there. So it's nice, you know, it's a nice quality lamp. But when we moved our Christmas tree, I started feeling the void. Like, not in a good, it was more so not because of the lack of stuff, the lack of lighting. I wanted that light, you know? So I brought that up and put it there, and I really do like it. And then, you know, when I put the tree back up, you know, this year, I'll just swap it back down, put it back in the basement. But you guys, when I took down everything, again, it wasn't that I missed the Christmas stuff. Jeez, there's tons of birds out today. Sorry, I'm like very distracted. It's because I missed the lights. And I'm like, I told Brad on the podcast, I was like, am I becoming a twinkle light woman? Like, I don't know. When I took down our Lego village upstairs, I had this little, like maybe like 8-foot, 9-foot cord of just white string lights that were maybe $1 at Target. Okay, you know the ones, just cheapo incandescent string lights. And that was lighting our Lego village. And so I brought it down. I just slung it up on the mantle. I plugged that baby in at dusk every day. Instant like mood boost. Was that serotonin, whatever that is? I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to put like a strand of twinkle lights everywhere. Few more things. I went and got my laundry stuff I was going to show you, and something from my bathroom that's super cute from our little powder room down here. Before we get there, let me show you, talking about like lamps and stuff too, and like the whole lighting and feeling that void after the holidays of just the lights. When I took down, you know, all the lights in the foyer, and oh my gosh, all those twinkle lights on the garland and on that little table, I really missed that. So years ago I had a lamp on this table, but I just haven't had one in years. And so I brought this one up from the basement too. This one I've had for maybe 3-4 years from CB2. It's like an alabaster lamp. If they don't have this exact one, I know they've got beautiful ones. There's one that looks like a little bowl with like a I love, love, love their accent lamps at CB2. And CB2 is a great spot to find, like, I've got chairs from there, our beds from there. I've got like a bench from there, that the foyer table, just, our big sideboard, you know, the linen credenza thing that I've had for years. It's behind our couch. Yeah, I mean, furniture's not cheap, but you guys know, like, you can go to some places and it is astronomical. And I'm not saying these pieces are cheap, but they're not as expensive as a lot of other places. But they're not as cheap as like a Target, you know, chair or something. But they're a good price point for what they are. They're really good quality. And a few years ago, one of my swivel chairs, okay, don't mind the mess, but you know, the swivel chairs that are in there, you know, the ones, one of mine had like a weird rippling on the back, and I don't know what it was. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're not prone to that, but the back started rippling. And I know naturally they will, and they kind of do a little, and they look fine. They still look good, but like this one was real bad. It had like a big ripple in it, and I hadn't even used it very much. I think I'd only had it for maybe like 6 months at that point. Now I've had them for about 3 years, and they've held up really beautifully. But I just reached out to customer service, and within a week, I had a new one delivered. And they did a little swap-a-roo. You know, they're really good with customer service and with things. So I value that. I think that's nice. Okay, a few more things, and then we'll do the outfit of the day. I'll do my little outfit. Okay. In our powder room, you know, again, freshening things up with just a few accessories. People always say that about like couch cushions. Oh, I'll add some new cushions to the couch. I feel like that looks a little jarring, especially like if it's just random cushions. Oh, I want to be pink today, so I'm just going to put pink in my, you know, my family room pillows, but then they don't match anything else. Like, I like a throw pillow that like pulls from other things in the room. So if you are going to switch it, you do need to kind of, do you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's fun. But I will say, my whole point to say like changing little accessories matters. But in a dining room, I don't see people do this a lot. You can change the whole vibe of your dining room, especially if you're like me and you like a more neutral, cohesive space that kind of blends. But you do like a, you know, kind of a theme in each room. Pillows on a dining room chair. I mean, I've had those beautiful yellow ones. I might, you know, I'm kind of itching to put those back. I'll probably put those out in the summer. But these I've loved more than anything. And they come in so many different colors. And beautiful for the price point, especially in the dining room if you need to buy like 8 of them, you know, or 6 of them or whatever, however, 4 of them, you don't want to be spending a ton. So I guess my point to say, like with couches and family rooms and stuff, I would say honestly stick with more neutral pillows and maybe pull your accessories, like add some accessories or some greenery or change up your florals, which I'll show in my living room. I'm just thinking of all these things as I go. Rather than like just a random pillow. That's not going to change the vibe. But in a dining room, it will, because it's like the whole table. You feel what I'm saying? Like it feels like it's more cohesive, like it's the whole table rather than just one random pillow. Okay, I don't know. But a good tip. But in a powder room, you can kind of do the same thing. I don't know. I mean, there's not a whole lot of space in the bathroom or whatever. But if you change these little accessories, which I don't like the whole, you know, the holders and the this and buying all the little toothbrush things. I like everything kind of put away. But this was so cute. It's a little, like, it looks like brass, not brass, but you know what I mean, gold fluted. Little tissue box holder and a waste basket. And I bought the waste basket because I had a black marble waste basket in my powder room. I would never empty that thing because, first of all, I don't want to reach in there. but I don't want to like, I'm not picking, it would pull my back out picking the thing up. So now I've got a little lightweight one that matches this. I didn't bring it in here because, you know, it's got garbage in it. And again, I didn't feel like, you know, emptying it. But it's a good, I just think these are beautiful. That was such a cute little thing, and they were so inexpensive. And I look at my powder room, sorry, and I'm just like, wow, you know. I showed you guys a little in our family room with the lamp and, you know, the little lights. But y'all, this was one of my favorite purchases over the holidays. I hope they still have these in stock. I feel like this is gonna be a thing that, not like viral because they've had it for a while, but like, I don't know, I love this. It is the most beautiful ottoman. We didn't have an ottoman, first of all, or like a coffee table that was nice in our family room. When I had Olivia, we had a like this metal coffee table, that metal one that was like round, that we moved in here and into our basement. And so that's a beautiful table, but I wanted space for Olivia to run and play and roll around when she was a baby. So we just went years and didn't have a coffee table or anything, but we needed like an ottoman. So I just had like this tufted ottoman that was honestly about this big. It was tiny. And we used that for years. And that has been our coffee table ottoman, just kind of relaxed, you know, in the middle of our sectional for all these years in our family room. And when I saw this storage ottoman, I was like, first of all, I need that because we have nowhere to put our blankets, because our cabinets that are built in, it's like one side's just Olivia's toys. Then we have all of our like stuff that goes with the TV, like the cable box, and I have like photo albums and gaming things under there, games. But I didn't have a good spot for our blankets. And so this thing is full of our blankets. It's got a beautiful tray on top. It's covered in this like boucle that's stain treated. And I don't know if I dreamed of this, but I think I saw someone remove it like a slip cover. I have not tried to do that. But even if not, I don't know. It wasn't incredibly expensive. It's a big bulky piece, very heavy, okay? So it's large and it's been a little to get used to because we've got a huge room, but even I look at it and I'm like, this is a big thing. But it's just because I think we didn't have anything there that was that size for so long. But we have enjoyed it so much. I love having the softness of it, the storage, but then on the top with that tray, which the tray removes, that's how you know, get the storage. You know, I can sit a drink there. We can put our puzzle board on there and play, you know, a game, or, you know, decorate it cute. Put something cute on there for the holidays. I don't know, put snacks on it. So this is such a cool piece. Speaking of puzzle boards, okay, we have loved this thing so much. Y'all, I did not have an outline for this video. I never do. I just am kind of going. This puzzle board I'm obsessed with. I mean, we like to craft in here, and you know, we come in here and do things in this room, and I love a separate dining room. I think they went out of, I don't know, style, but went off trend for a while. We'd go tour these like multi-million dollar homes or these new build homes, and it would be this ginormo kitchen with no cabinet space, but then they'd have the fake kitchen in the back, and then they would just have this big old table that was your kitchen table and your dining room table, which I like, nothing wrong with that. But I do like having a separate space. I like a kitchen table and I like a dining room table. And we do use this for holidays and things, but I think that's where it became kind of antiquated, is people realize nowadays, like, this is not useful. But I think if you've got a dining room, you can make it useful by, you know, making this the space where your family plays games, or keep a puzzle on it all the time, or crafting, or whatever it is. So we use this room so much. We're in here like every day. But the puzzle board is key, and I will link to this. We've had this thing for a really long time now, because if we do want to sit in here and have dinner, you don't have to scrap your puzzle or, you know, chunk it, or, oh, I gotta hurry and finish this puzzle. No, you just push the drawers in and you move it somewhere else. I can take this whole thing, and we could take it to the basement if we want. We could take it and put it on the ottoman, you know, in the family room and do it. But it's got nice drawers. It's really cool. And we've been really loving these Star Wars puzzles. If you guys are Star Wars fans, I'll link to all these. These are really beautiful. And there's one for each of the like original movies. And I think there's one, I think there's a Phantom Menace one too. But it's just the original movies. There's 3 that we have. We did the first one and now we're on this one. But they're really nice, like good quality puzzles. So, I don't know, it's such a nice, calming, comforting vibe in the house. I love a scent bead, and I've talked about those Dreft scent beads. You know the Dreft, like that hypoallergenic, like laundry detergent that we all washed our babies' clothes with because we just thought, you know, oh, that's all the, okay, you guys know, and I love Dreft. I use like a different laundry detergent, of course, now for years. I only used that when Livy was a baby, but the smell is just so comforting. And I really was hooked on those Dreft scent beads. I would put those in everything, but then like use our regular, you know, like laundry detergent, but it made everything smell so fresh and so good. And I've used different ones like the Downy ones and stuff, and they're okay. But Bath & Body Works a long time, like several months ago, came out with the fragrance beads, and I've tried a bunch of different ones. But out of all of them, this Morning Rain is so good. It says it's orange flower, which I don't even, no, forget that. Soft musk and raindrops, which all those things, if I read them as a scent description, I'd be like, I don't want that. But it's so good. It's the freshest, yummiest. You know, like when you smell a good, like something that you folded, you get it out of the drawer and you're like, ooh, like that smells good. Like, not just like laundry detergent, but it smells almost like, I don't say perfumey, but you guys know what I'm talking about. This is like that perfect scent. The Morning Rain. So the Morning Rain is what you want, and now they have the detergent too. The detergent lasts a really, really long time. It's very thick and like creamy. I don't need to use softener, which I never use softener on our clothes. I haven't for years. If you just use a good detergent, and I would have never considered that, but certain detergents kind of have it. Like I feel like this kind of has it in it. Like I used to use a Tide Plus Downy. I feel like this is kind of the same thing. But this scent is so, so good. So get the Morning Rain and then kind of play around with them because they have a bunch of different ones. But I've never been one for like a designer laundry detergent. I really tried the Laundress stuff for a long time. And the Laundress stuff is beautiful. And I have a tray of it in our bathroom or in our laundry room because there are certain products that I like. The crease release is really good, but I just buy Downy wrinkle releaser. I mean, it's fine. The stain solution is so good, and then the bleach alternative is amazing. Those little beads, those are so good. So the Laundress bleach alternative and the stain solution is so good, but the detergent, it just, the clothes, it made it like after you get your dog shampooed, nothing better, but you know that smell. It smells like puppy shampoo, and it's just not a good smell. I don't love it. And it works just fine, and I used it, and it was beautiful in my, but it sucks. Okay, I don't want to say it sucks, but it doesn't suck. If they're watching, I love your products, and I think nothing compares to your bleach alternative and your stain solution. But I just don't like the scent. I don't know, the scent's no good. Oh, and the Delicates. I have the Delicates wash that I love, that I wash my bras in. But, so I don't know. I'm not like a designery laundry detergent person. But these, oh my gosh, these are so, so good. And now I am, I guess, because I really like this. And it is a lot. I mean, at first I thought, because I usually get the big like tub of Tide that just lives on top, you know, with a little clicker. So at first I was like, oh gosh, I paid how much for like, what? But it's so concentrated, you truly don't need it. It says 64 loads, and that's actually true. Usually when it says that, I'm like, cut that about in half because I use probably way too much. But truly, that will last you a long time. I'm trying to think of other things. I think that's it. Let's do the outfit of the day. So today, I have so many great things to show you guys. These shoes. Now, in my last video where I was talking about like shoes, I showed that pair that was kind of that Manolo Blahnik, you know, from Target that was like a dupe. Those are the most beautiful shoes I own. They were 20-something bucks. So comfortable. I ended up snagging the silver pair. I will link to them because I do feel like they will restock. I'm dying to get my hands on the black pair. But listen, these are just as comfortable. They don't have exactly the same look, but I just do really like the vibe of these, and they come in so many different colors. I'll put because there's 2 different browns, and I'll link to the exact ones below. I fully have on my, let me turn this so you guys can see. All right, maybe we'll be able to see a little bit better. Usually I would tuck this in, so I don't know. I had this kind of tucked in, but then I didn't. I don't know. You could, with all of these wide leg jeans, which this is a pair from my last video, I love these. we are getting back into like sort of the lower heel, like pointed toe vibe, because I think this is really flattering with jeans like this. It reminds me of college. It reminds me of, because that's when like really wide leg jeans were really popular for me, was in college. And so this kind of reminds me of that. So I really do think that is cute, and these are so, so comfortable. The shoes are really great. I kind of want to get them in a different color. All right, this belt from L&M, it's a genuine leather belt. They're so beautiful. I have it in black too. And it is very, very similar to that Celine. Celine has a belt that looks like this, but you know, it's just a classic belt. But maybe kind of elevate your jeans with a belt. You know what I mean? If you don't have a good one, or if you kind of fell victim, like we all did, in the last, you know, 5-10 years, to the big old logo belts. That's not what I'm wanting to do. You know what I mean? Or you know, if you have them, wear them. But I just think going forward, that's not where I would not spend my money on that. I would just get a very classic belt. This top's really comfortable and cute. I love this, you know, layered even under sweaters. Can you see my shoes after all that, or was the table in the way? Oh my gosh. I love this coat so much. It's so just easy. This is such a good, I want to say, like, it is on trend, okay, because these long overcoats are very on trend right now. Of course, the color's on trend. But this is a classic item. I think there's so many just like goofy trend items, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, oh my gosh, to spend that amount of money on, I don't know, something dumb. But on a nice piece that's like a coat like this, I love that more classics are trending. And if you're like me and you've always been more of a classic, more drawn to like classic things, but then you kind of sprinkle in the trends, I think that's just the way to go. And hopefully that mirrors everything that I said with the home decor too, you know. So you guys, I just am so happy to have been able to sit down and talk to you guys today and to share some fun things. And oh my gosh, I know I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna walk around the house in a second. What, my hair's like, I keep seeing it in this. I'm like, what is it doing? I'm gonna walk around my house and I'm gonna be like, dang, I should have shown that. Oh, I forgot about this, because there's just no way to like go through everything. But I just kind of wanted to just kind of casually share some new things. What is this? It looks like an onion ring. What is happening? Oh, okay. Oh Lord, okay. You guys, oh Lord. All right, you guys, I just wanted to, all right, you guys. Well, that doesn't look much better. What's that? Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making it this far with me today. I hope that you found some things that you liked. You know, I just share things that I love. I've always been about, I hate being about the mix. It's just about what you like. You guys did not hear our podcast episode this week. Oh my gosh, we talked about so much. The last several weeks have been super juicy. The last over 2 years have been super juicy. So many things. Do yourself a favor. Treat yourself this year. I'm gonna toot my own horn. Like I said, I've never hawked merch. If I have sold anything, it's been like on behalf of a brand, or I collabed with a brand to like create something. But I'm just sharing you guys what I really like, and you know, things that I'm buying. But this podcast for us is behind a paywall for a reason. It's $5 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee. Probably buying like shitty coffee, you know. You could have like something nice to listen to every week. 2 years, they're all like, you could get it now and have all of the episodes, and none of them are dated. Like, it's all stuff you'd be interested in, very personal things. We've laughed, we've cried, we've talked relationships, we've talked about everything under the sun that you'd ever be interested in, from pop culture things to opinions and things that I couldn't really share on here. Things that just because, you know, you're on this platform, there's ads, there's things. I like that we're behind a paywall for a reason. We've got such a good group of people over there. You can like join our group. It's nice to be able to interact. It's nice to have that, like, you know, that way to talk to each other. I've posted free, 100% free content here for the last 15 plus years, going on this is the 16th year, so now I'm gonna start saying 16. I'm proud of that, I don't care. But, you know, dang it, if I'm gonna sell something or give you something for $5 a month, then I'm glad that it is real. I'm glad that it is my husband and I. It's, you know, unfiltered conversations, and it's our reality, it's our thoughts and our feelings, and hopefully sharing uplifting things and unhinged things and a bunch of crazy things at times. But I like that it's something real and genuine. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just hawking whatever's like the latest thing that I'm slinging. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Okay. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I love you guys so much. I'll link to every single thing that we showed in this video. Oh, this coat's very toasty. I'll link to every single thing that I showed, including sizes, anything that I showed around my house. I will put that up for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. Love y'all, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.